More than 250,000 people in the U.S. have now died from this virus. And just yesterday, we saw the highest single-day death toll since May 7th.
Experts warn 200,000 more Americans could die from the virus before the end of January.
The news coming as hospitalizations hit record numbers in 19 states. In Minnesota, the Mayo Clinic reports nearly 900 of its workers have tested positive in the past 2 weeks. In Wyoming, where there's no mask mandate, the positivity rate now tops 90%. And in Ohio, more than 6,000 new cases were reported on Wednesday alone.
Our state is on fire.
A statewide stay-at-home advisory goes into effect in Ohio tonight. Residents are advised to go out only for work, school, and essential trips to the doctor or grocery store. Other hard-hit states also revving up restrictions. Minnesota now closing gyms, limiting bars and restaurant capacity, and banning social gatherings outside the home. Kentucky shutting down all indoor dining and limiting weddings and funerals to 25 people. And now, new trouble in New York City.
It just doesn't make sense.
Public schools shutting down as positivity rates creep back up, but private schools remain open, leaving many parents confused.
It's ridiculous that only our public schools are closed and our private schools, charter schools, and daycares are open.
A potential breakthrough for a new vaccine candidate. Oxford announcing promising results from its clinical trials, finding the shot is effective for all age groups, including older people who may have a limited immune response. The vaccine, one of only 5 potential vaccines that may be available in the U.S. Pfizer and Moderna already announcing they'll be ready to apply for FDA emergency use authorization by the end of this month.
When I heard the over 90% efficacy, I felt that I was living a dream.
White House officials say once the FDA gives the green light, they'll be ready to distribute the drug.
We will begin distribution of the vaccine within 24 hours after emergency use authorization is approved.
Because Pfizer's vaccine needs to be kept at extremely cold temperatures, the vials will be packed with dry ice in boxes like these and shipped around the world.
Don't be afraid of the refrigeration requirement. The capability exists.
Slightly more than 50% of Americans have said they're willing to get it. But Dr. Anthony Fauci says we need to get at least 75% vaccinated to control the pandemic.
A judge has blocked the Trump administration from expelling migrant children who cross the border without their parents. Nearly 9,000 unaccompanied minors have been turned away since March based on a declaration that cited the spread of the coronavirus. Immigration groups argue sending the children back before they can request asylum is unlawful.
The Labor Department says another 740,000 Americans filed for first-time unemployment benefits last week.
More delays and deadlock when it comes to the transition of power in Washington. President Trump isn't giving up his fight to overturn the election results.
President Trump's chances to challenge the election appear to be dwindling by the hour. A judge in Arizona says he'll rule on a case this morning that could delay the state's certification of ballots. Republicans are requesting a redo of a hand recount in Maricopa County, the state's largest. But the judge expressing skepticism before the ruling, reportedly saying he's, quote, having a hard time understanding why the lawsuit was filed more than 2 weeks after the election. Also today, Georgia will announce results of its statewide audit. So far, uncounted votes have been found in 4 counties, netting President Trump more than 1,000 votes, but not nearly enough to overtake President-elect Biden's lead in that state. And as President Trump refuses to concede, more Republicans are now calling for him to grant Biden access to intelligence briefings. Staffers at the Health and Human Services Department have been ordered not to talk to Biden's team and to report any outreach that's been made until the General Services Administration officially determines who won the election. Biden says Trump's delaying of the transition could set back efforts to fight the coronavirus and distribute a vaccine.
There's a whole lot of things that we just don't have available to us, which unless it's made available soon, we're going to be behind by weeks or months.
That warning coming as Biden heard emotional stories from frontline health workers.
Do you know that I have not been tested yet, and I have been on the front lines in the ICU since February?
You're kidding.
No.
Chief Meteorologist Ginger Z, at least 14 large and uncontained wildfires are burning in the West. And so we know that one of them is called the Mountain View Fire, and that has been deadly. It is in Walker, California. More than 20,000 acres burned. They've got it 20% contained. It's already taken 80 homes and buildings, and it's still going. Then we've got another one, the Pine Haven Fire. This is in Reno, Nevada. More than 500 acres have burned. They've got it 75% contained, but 5 homes have been destroyed and a couple dozen have been impacted. So today, the red flag warnings extend from the Texas and Oklahoma panhandles all the way over to West Liberty, Kentucky, including much of that Ohio River Valley. Then from Detroit, Lapeer, Buffalo, back over to parts of Missouri, you end up having high wind advisories. What's that for? It's for gusts above 40, so 40 to 60 miles per hour, depending on where you're located. It's dry, it's warming, and so any brush that starts on fire could spread easily, and that's why those warnings are out there. Also wanted to share with you an update on Iota. We know at least 26 people are dead in Central America. We have these images from Honduras where they were saving even dogs though, so I know that first responders are doing a ton of work there. It has pretty much petered out, and thankfully things will start to improve as we go through the next couple of days and certainly into the weekend. So those who have survived can start the daunting task of cleaning up.
That's all for today, and remember to subscribe to our channel, like and share it with your friends. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.